Hey, how's it going, guys? So this is a cleaver that I designed. 3 different designs right here, and the difference between these on the left and on the right is really just the butt end, the little pommel area. I kind of wanted some variations and also different sizes. So the ones up top are about 38 inches and the ones below are about 37 inches. So it's essentially one design with 3 variations and then multiple different sizes. And the blades I cut out of 1/4 inch hot rolled steel, the handles 1/4 inch aluminum, and that's what this video is going to be focused on. Basically in one day, just kind of got down to hankering because I had all these. I think I originally drew them up back in 2016 and then cut them out, and they kind of set in the way you see them for about a year before I actually started like working on them. Here they all are laid out. At this point I had already counterbored all the holes. What you see there in the handles, attaching them to the blade, are brass corbies. There's kind of a small step in the way that they attach, like there's a small step in the material. So when you tighten the 2 together, they pinch the handle scales against the blade. But here we are setting up the grinds. Like I said, for about a year they sat. You know, I cut them out and wrapped them up and never really got a chance to do them. By this point in my life, I was really busy with conventions, comic conventions, game expos. I was taking quite a few orders of Captain America shields a month, you know, amongst other orders, you know, other custom orders, you know, as well as all the necklaces and statues and wall plaques and other swords that I was making at the time. And these cleavers were just kind of a personal artistic thing that I wanted to do. I don't really, it's hard to say, but it's more of a, you know, get it down on paper, or in my case, you know, get it drawn up in CAD, and then make it a physical object. You know, it's kind of the way I like to get my artisticness out, you know. It's really weird to say, but you know, I think there were 22 or 24 of these handles in all, and I just set up and ground them all in one afternoon. So here's the first side done. Essentially I'm doing this on the TW90 angle, well, belt grinder that I have. It's at a horizontal angle right now. It's a horizontal vertical belt grinder. But yeah, there we are with the first handle, the first bevel, and that I believe was the left side. Here I am setting up for the, I'm assuming the right side. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So I'm going to do that same bevel on the opposite side handle, and just kind of work it from there. The weird thing is I remember these being the platen I have at a 60-degree angle. Why after so many years I remember that, I have no idea. But I definitely knew going into it 45 degrees wouldn't have been enough. I know on one of the cleavers, I think I went to a 75 or a 72 degree angle, which really brought the bevel in. But that's nor here nor there. That's a video that will be upcoming here shortly. As far as these ones go, it's really fun. Like I said, really relaxing. Just kind of get into the grind and keep going. What else can I say? Oh, right now I've got a misting attachment set up. Basically, it's connected to my air compressor, and that silver little wire you see hanging down, it's actually a tube that's connected to a bucket of water. So the air compressor basically pumps out, you know, air and water, and cools the part as you go. So here's the right handle with that same top bevel all done up. And here we go on the bottom portion. But I'll definitely say, knowing, you know, we're working with swords, metal in the past, doing these type of grinds over this large surface area, the parts definitely do get hot. So I would say the misting system was definitely a great investment. You know, as well as the grinder. That TW90 is a beast, I will say that. Prior to this belt grinder, I had a Harbor Freight little, I think it was like a 1" by 30" grinder. And you know what? It did its job, and I think I went through actually 2 of them. You know, and at the time they were $30 a pop, so it was like, if it broke, cool, just go get another one and keep working. But yeah, this TW90 was definitely not a $30 investment. It was quite an investment, but it definitely has paid itself off. Not to mention the workflow that you can just pump through. It's definitely a great grinder. But we should be ending up with the bottom being done here shortly. And there we go. So there's the top and the bottom grind's done. And I will say, I do apologize. I still to this day fight with this camera. The autofocus just does not ever want to focus on what I want, so I manually hand focus every time I want to zoom in and zoom out. So that's me trying to hold a part with one hand or 2 hands and focus with, you know, my 4th, 5th, and 6th hands. But let's see. Okay, so here's Snapchat with all of the tops and bottoms done. Because essentially with that setup, that angle and it being horizontally on the 12-inch wheel, I went ahead and trucked through all the tops, all the bottoms. Now with still the 60-degree angle and a flat to go against, this is how I'll do the tops and bottoms. And I'll say that back at this time, why there's so many Instagram story modes or vertical videos is because Instagram and Facebook were a great source of you know, followers, fans, as well as orders. So I do apologize for the times that there are vertical recordings. And again, fine with that camera. Prior to doing the handles, I did take a black Sharpie and go around all the edges, and I did scribe in a line. You can kind of see it right there, to give myself kind of a guide to know how far down to hit that, you know, 60-degree angle to keep it consistent. Not around with, you know, just every single part, but every part consistently. And this should be the opposite handle, doing the flats on there. Which, so much fun. I don't know how many times I can say it. Working with metals is really fun. Grinding it, polishing it. It's really rewarding. It's a medium that I love working with. There we go. Got that all ground up. I am about 13, 14 years in the metalworking industry. So I definitely got to say I'm in an industry that I love. That I love working with. Still fighting that camera. Alright, so here they're all done. All the bevels around all the edges complete. But as you can see, there's quite a few scratches on the face. You know, going back and forth against all the angles on that tool rest. It definitely doesn't do the greatest to a soft material like aluminum. But I definitely like how these came out. nice and shiny. So regarding those scratches, next up should be a small clip of me, yeah, there we go, using a Scotch Brite belt, and just kind of working them out, trying to stay as consistently flat vertically as I can, because the last thing I want to do is introduce any, deep marks, grinds, bevels, anything that is out of place. So yeah, seeing this sped up is really a trip to see. But a lot of this I'll skip doing all, 22 or 24 handles, just kind of save time and save video space. And there we go. It's really nice finish off that Scotch Brite belt. Yeah, let's keep fighting that camera focus. Alright, and I believe this is the first set done for story mode. And shortly after this, we'll show, there we go, got all of them finished up. And this, again, was a really fun afternoon, just to set alone time, to do something that was personal to me, not just an order that I needed to do or get done for someone. And here's the handles actually assembled to one of the large cleavers, the 38-incher. I would say both the 30 and the 38 are sword size, but if we are talking cleavers, this would be more of like a cattle splitter, and that smaller one more of a hog splitter. But they both feel really great in the hands. So yeah, just in awe. This was really, really fun day. Can't wait to do more, that's for sure. But I do have a whole wall of cleavers to do that you see here, and to the far right you can see one that will be in the upcoming video, so keep on watching.